set.
And there's the gun. Carter for Jamaica, Kimmins for the U.S. Here comes the first baton exchange. Justin Gatlin takes the baton for the United States.
Both of those passes weren't the best, but you have to think the U.S. has a little bit of a lead here, Tom. Gatlin has done the job down the back stretch.
Here's Tyson Gay for the U.S. Johan Blake for Jamaica. It's the U.S. and Jamaica right together. Here come the anchors. It will be Usain Bolt against Ryan Bailey. And here's Bolt and Bailey side by side through the home straightaway. And Bolt edges ahead. Bolt pulling away across the line. Jamaica, U.S.
Calling all track and field fans. Get ready for Saturday, April the 19th. Save the date, save the date. Saturday, April the 19th. Get ready for a full day of track and field excellence as the Board of Governors of the Next Gen Event Inc. presents the inaugural Next Gen New York Invitational Relays Event 2025. The high school version from 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 p.m. inside the stadium at Memorial Field, 431 Garden Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York. Sponsors and partners are welcome, but make sure you get your entries in before March 31st. For more information, call 929-360-7585 or 973-510-3148. Or you can also email shawnoclaf@gmail.com. Track and field fans, don't miss it. Track and field fans, get ready for the ultimate relay showdown in the Big Apple. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays 2025, the high school edition, featuring some big schools from Jamaica: Kingston College, Jamaica College, Calabar, Vere, Hydel, Homewood, and much, much more. Saturday, April the 19th. The place to be is the stadium at Memorial Field, 431 Garden Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, from 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets now. They're only $25 before February 28th, $40 after, and children under 13 absolutely free. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays, brought to you by the Board of Governors of the Next Generation Event Corp. For more information, call 929-360-7585 or 973-510-3148. Or you can email info@nextgen-nyc.com. Take advantage of the early bird special. Get your tickets now. Track and field fans, you definitely don't want to miss this. Saturday, April 19. Don't miss it.
Yes, good night, my Facebook family and friends. Welcome to another episode of My Perspective. I'm your host, Sean Falconer, here on another week. Some exciting things to talk about. Yeah, I don't like this glass is what I'm wearing tonight. I don't know why I put on this white glass. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful week. I hope that your week has been very productive. Yeah, this more like me, studious and nerdy. Yeah, I hope that you guys have been having a wonderful week so far. We've got a lot of things to discuss and talk about. And just to give an overview, that Next Gen Invitation New York Next Gen Invitation Relays is progressing in a lot of work behind the scenes, and I'm telling you, boy, the feedback has been positive, the synergy has been positive, and we have been keep moving forward. We have naysayers, but we keep pressing. We're going to keep pushing as much as possible, see our best we can execute. So far, we've confirmed from Jamaica, Homewood Technical, confirmed Vere Technical, and some more leave to confirm. Waiting for my alma mater, Jamaica College, to confirm. So we are working behind the scenes. We're going to have some special guests coming there to speak on behalf. We've got the mayor from Mount Vernon will be there. We got the Jamaica Consulate who will be there, and they will be giving a few minutes, some few kind words to this new meet. So hopefully, we will be pushing on and making sure that this meet, our first time New York Next Generation Invitation Relays, start off with a success. Still seeking sponsors. Sponsors are still needed. Whatever small amount you can give, come on board. Come on board, please. Come on board. You know, it's always good. You know, you don't think really a thing set up already. Expenses, but we are pushing through. But I asked my family and friends, let's pray for us that we get some sponsors who come on board with this event. Because it's going to be an exciting time. And this next New York Next Generation invitation relay is going to be fun for family and friends alike. And for baby, we're going to have some races. We're going to have some president race. We're going to have kids race, 5-year-old and under. So we're going to have a mixed bag for all. It's not just running alone. It's going for the families to come out and bring your families out. Remember, children under 13 will be free. Children under 13 will be free. So please, spread the word. Post on your Facebook page. Spread the word. The event is coming up. All right? Tonight, yeah, you know what, we got a lot of things to say. But, tonight we're going to talk, sometimes I don't really like to talk about the negative, but these things I'm going to talk about. The first one I'm going to address, I want to talk about the United States president. He gave his a throne speech or whatever speech to Congress last night. He was so petty, chaotic. He bragged about what he's doing. He went into mining details of fraud and all these things. And then he introduced the tariffs. But, take away from his speech, because to be honest, I didn't watch the entire speech. I mean, what I'm expecting from a leader is more like quality leadership, not leadership of making America great or on his own agenda. He's saying he's for the people of America, but he's not. Based on his actions and all that. And, when he was last night, some of the Democrats, they have a lot to work to do. I'm not even sure what to say about Democrats anymore. It's the political landscape in America is very polarized. Yes. I'm sorry, very polarized. Sorry. So polarized, it's like extreme right, extreme left. And everything Donald Trump spoke about in his speech, they was blaming Joe Biden for everything. And he's just singing his trumpet, and the Republicans are clapping them, cheering him on for all these things. But the reality, who is going to really be harmed in all of this? And it's going to be the American people, the farmers, the money we put on the table, the food we provide for our family. It's going to be a hell of a road down the road. And he introduced these tariffs against Mexico, Canada, and China. It's just not going to work out. Because what happened is that there's going to be a lot of price increases, a lot of crime. And his job was to come in and stabilize, reduce inflation and all that. That was the campaign on. And so far, it seems like it's the opposite. He's saying that tariff war is good because he gets what he wants. He wants to make sure America capitalizes. But I don't think he's not going to get what he wants. Because the world is more smart. And everybody has their position has changed from a dependency to an independency, semi-independency. And and Donald Trump has to realize that it's not the same world he wants anymore. The MAGA thing not going to work. No matter how much things he go, he's going to understand that when he leaves, everything will be reversed. And the Democrats will have to get their act together. And I think Democrats, they lack leadership qualities. They're all in this little small bubble, in their own space. You understand me? And if they don't unite and collaborate around several leadership who can go there and take the fight to Donald Trump and the Republicans. Once again, another Republican president will come back in. I mean, Donald Trump will want to be king for life until death. Yeah, maybe he wants to do that. So my thing is this: the Donald Trump is not going to change. He's going to keep pushing. He's going to do all his arms on what he's doing in immigration. He's going to do his arm on what all his tariff war is created and what he's going to do for the economy. But at the end of the day, I feel we ordinary people will be suffering. because there will be a lot of price increases on goods and services, from cars to basic food items. And you know, one of the things that must acknowledge and I look at is China tariffs. China is very strategic. Yes, China is very strategic in terms of how they do their tariffs against US. They're using basic food items to inflict wounds. Yeah, they're using basic food items to inflict wounds on the American economy. And that is what it is, because they know that the bread and butter of any country is the basic food items. So I've been watching this tariff war, what Donald Trump has created, and see what's the final outcome. And just to take a note, the stock market has dived. I think over 1,500 points. They have dived for the final week started. Not sure how much rebound, because my stocks, what I have, has dived. I've lost me $4,000, $5,000. Yeah. Lost over $5,000 within that space of a week or more. But everything started to go down AY. And that's what is happening right now. So he's saying that the population will have to take some squeeze now based on these tariff wars. But what about the stock market? People 401k, pensioners, stock market, that's where. So my concern is that I'm suspecting that the economy could go into a recession, because on the last job reports that came out, the amount of jobs that were created were over 77,000. And so the analysis system, you know, these analysis predict that, or they are saying that the jobs created was far, far way low than expected. Then the compound things is all about right now the layoffs in the federal government. So you know there are some factors, some indications, that's a red flags that are pointing to a recession in the American economy. Yeah, a recession. There's going to be a recession in the economy because based on the tariff war, the federal government on taking down, sending other people on cutting federal ways in terms of making a lot of jobs and redundant and all that, firing people left, right, and center. Yeah, where are those people going to work? Where are they going to get new jobs? If the economy is only producing 77,000 jobs as of February 110. So you're talking about an equilibrium shift in terms of unemployment and also job creation. The economy is not going to produce as much job as possible to compensate for the massive layoffs in the federal government. Whatever lean and cut is going to have some effect down the road. Because if the job market only created 77,000, where is that 2 million? How long can they last on the unemployment? How long can they last on providing food, on basic food items on the table and paying their bills? How long can they last when there's a tariff war and food items will be increased? Right now, the recipe is for a recession coming up. What are you going to do? Give free money? You give $5,000 to people whenever, how long that can last? And that's where right now the American economy is looking to head into a recession. Because once again, job indications are saying only 77,000 jobs were created in February. And we are saying over 2 million people already have lost their jobs in the federal government. So let's work out the maths. Where is the maths in all these layoffs? How those families are going to cope with the unemployment they might get. Remember, you know, and then get $600 or $700, that's not going to have to be taxed. So therefore, people who have lost their jobs in the federal government will face hardship in the next 6 months. Even if we get unemployment for 4, 5, 6 months, it's still not going to be enough because once again, they might have car payments, mortgage, right? Life insurance, right? School fees to be paid. So the credit cards companies now are going to be facing a lot of bad debt too. Because when these people can't pay back their credit card bills on time, they're going to go into delinquency. So it's a lot of things happening where, you know, Donald Trump is talking about it getting the size of the federal government down. But there are other things out there that is going to be affected. And so, my friends, stay tuned. Get your popcorn out because there are a lot of things that's going to be coming out. A lot of things that's going to be coming out in the USA. And you know it already, if the USA economy goes into any form of recession, then that thing is going to spread to the entire global market. And if I talk about global market, the tariffs is going to have an effect too. I'm waiting patiently to see the effect. But I know it's not no positive, it's going to be negative effect. You understand? And so, you know, it's all very unfortunate that, you know, the people of America choose this president to lead them again in another term. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. And I say this, with the American leadership culture, there's something totally absent with them. Because my thing is this, Kamala Harris, she lost the election, like she's gone in hiding along with Joe Biden. It's like there's no more, she don't want to lead no more, she don't want to come up no more. And that's just not, that makes sense, but I guess it's American culture, leadership. Yeah, the American culture for leadership. And so the Democrats once again have a leadership crisis. And I don't know what is going to solve the problem. Moving on, I see where Ukraine president has sent a nice love letter. Donald Trump, you know, talking about he's willing to negotiate, say they can negotiate peace. He's willing to negotiate for peace. After Donald Trump berated him, and Donald Trump, you know, in America, he wants power and guns. He have stopped aid to Ukraine. But the Ukraine president sent him a love letter, which he loves to hear. He loves to hear these love letters, like he's like in quotation, kissing his ass because he's a president. But Ukraine president is smart. He's doing it because he has to protect his people. He's doing it because he wants to save his country. He's doing it because he knows that that Russia, if he relents, he's going to lose his country to Russia. And he's going to lose the fight. So he wants to make sure he still have a chance to fight. So that's why he writes a kiss ass letter to Donald Trump. And so Mr. Trump will take the bait and restore aid to him and willing to negotiate. But I must say that if there's going to be any form of negotiate, the rest of Europe must come in and join and help Ukraine solve this issue. Everyone in terms of Russia, Ukraine, and European Union must come and sit down at the table to solve this war. Because this war is over 3 years old and it's very productive. And quite frankly, Russia believed that they could have come and take over Ukraine and take over whatever land they want to take over and stop them from being a part of NATO or whatever. And this is where leadership matters. Sometimes it shows one thing about Zelensky. He took his beating, he took his berating. But he's coming back to the table because why? He is fighting for his people. And that goes to show the quality of leadership he has. Maybe I run away and tell him off. Where's the Dexter? Go that Dexter. He said, you have done the money, bro. I don't know about that. But my thing is that the leader, he has to think wisely in his approach. Make sure he delivers to his people, protect his people. Make sure he does what he has to do to save his lives and make sure he protects the land of Ukraine. But, we here in New York, I see a lot of people marching for the Ukraine people and all that, which is fine. And I endorse it 100%. And I'm happy that Europe, you're right about that. You can't bring knife to a gunfight. You bring a cannon, Dexter. Yeah, man. You bring a cannon to a gunfight. Bigger gun. Yeah. Right. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. You bring a, but it's quite clear that the US has so much power, autonomous power, because of their weaponry and they advance in technology. So they're giving UK president a lot of support in terms of providing artillery and weapons to fight the war against Russia. So let's see if Donald Trump will give back the aid and also listen to his peace talk. But I think one of the biggest sticking points is that they want to sign away. Donald Trump want to get his friends some minerals in Ukraine. Ukraine to give away some of the minerals. I mean, because of their they want to trade. So Donald Trump is looking to make a broker that deal. So US give a portion of the minerals that Ukraine have. You see, that's why it is important that countries try to start things build their own army, build their own weapons, invest in technology, invest in weaponry and all that. And I see where some countries in Europe now thinking of expanding, using a percentage of their budget or GDP or whatever budget to deal with, invest in weapons and all that, planes and tanks and all that. Listen, that's why America has so much power in the world. They invest in tankers, weapons, and planes and all that. And they improve the technology to help them fight certain warfare if a situation should come up. So my thing is this with Europe: you have to start changing thinking how they operate. It can't be all about just living. At the end of the day, you have to make sure you have enough armory to protect your people and their lives, protect property and all that. And I think that President Zelensky of Ukraine is doing the right thing in terms of trying to negotiate for peace and also giving up some of these minerals to make sure he continue to get his aid from the US to continue fighting the war. On the matter of peace between Ukraine and Russia, I don't trust Russia, period. Russia has its own agenda. They want to take a piece of the land. They want to block Ukraine from joining NATO, all those good things. So my thing is this: if there's going to be some peace, there has to be some concession on both sides. Russia has to make some concession, and they have to be able to stick to that concession. Because once again, Russia was the aggressor, not Ukraine. They went there and invade them, come on the border and move in. So what's the point? For land, blocking them, controlling them? No. The president of Russia, Putin, he has some real answers. He has some real cases to answer. If he doesn't answer the question, if he doesn't answer to the people in Europe or a tribunal, whatever war tribunal, he will answer to the man above. He will have to answer. I'm not going to judge him. When his time come and go up, there will come a time when he will be judged. And you got to see, and let me add a little twist to it before I wrap up the segment, that we as people here understand that You know, war is, yeah. I hear that, but that dispute of war can be resolved. Is that between Russia and Ukraine? I assume. Well, everything can be resolved. To be honest, it's just people have come together and resolve the issue with Ukraine. But coming back to my point is that Russia cannot be trusted because they have been in past ceasefire and he still comes back and invade Ukraine. And it goes to show that Russia believes that whatever they want, they must get. My thing is this: President Putin, you know, and whoever is going to come after them, I know for sure that the Russian economy is suffering for years now. It might not be showing, but the economy is hurting. Now, final point is that China, yes, China is the biggest one. China is so big right now. They're getting much larger than the USA. And China has built up their army, has built up the economy. And don't be surprised if China will surpass USA in terms of the best run economy. Although it's a communist and whatever. But China has been sitting on the fence. They have not given any direct support to Russia. They have not given any form of support to Ukraine. They have stayed in their lane. And over the prior years, they have built up. And they have used their economy. Let me put it clear. They have used their economy, right, to help small developing nations like Jamaica and other nations in the Caribbean. And that's just the fact. So China, who don't like it, I gotta buy China right now, is going to be the number one superpower eventually. And they're just moving quietly under the regime. They're moving slowly. They're doing what they have to do to build up their wealth, of their economy. That's just a fact. So let me take a break. I'll be back in a few minutes to do the final segment of my perspective. Enjoy these commercials.
Calling all track and field fans. Get ready for Saturday, April the 19th. Save the date, save the date. Saturday, April the 19th. Get ready for a full day of track and field excellence as the Board of Governors of the Next Gen Event Inc. presents the inaugural Next Gen New York Invitational Relays Event 2025. The high school version from 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 p.m. inside the stadium at Memorial Field, 431 Garden Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York. Sponsors and partners are welcome, but make sure you get your entries in before March 31st. For more information, call 929-360-7585 or 973-510-3148. Or you can also email shawnoclaf@gmail.com. Track and field fans, don't miss it. Track and field fans, get ready for the ultimate relay showdown in the Big Apple. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays 2025, the high school edition, featuring some big schools from Jamaica: Kingston College, Jamaica College, Calabar, Vere, Hydel, Homewood, and much, much more. Saturday, April the 19th. The place to be is the stadium at Memorial Field, 431 Garden Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, from 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 p.m. Get your your tickets now. They're only $25 before February 28th, $40 after, and children under 13 absolutely free. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays, brought to you by the Board of Governors of the Next Generation Event Corp. For more information, call 929-360-7585 or 973-510-3148. Or you can email info@nextgen-nyc.com. Take advantage of the early bird special. Get your tickets now. Track and field fans, you definitely don't want to miss this. Saturday, April 19. Don't miss it.
Yes, welcome back to final segment, part 2, final segment of my perspective. Yes, make sure you tell a friend about the next New York Next Generation Invitation Relays. It's going to be a fun day. Fun day. So, in this segment, I'm going to talk about Jamaica. I'm going to touch on Jamaica. I'm going to play a couple of videos, and I want to go orthodox tonight. I want to talk about, I see where Jamaica Premier League and the Referees Association in Jamaica had a standoff. They didn't turn up for work for last weekend games. And the argument was out there that they were owed almost $8 million Jamaican dollars for service provided and not paid. And I'm going to be blunt to this. This situation where Jamaica Premier League and the referees have to try to get their money, it is becoming very ridiculous. Very ridiculous, very unprofessional, and it goes to show the lack of management in terms of managing money. I'm not talking about that field of the league. I'm talking managing money. How can you, as any well-thinking person, allow someone to work, I'm going to work, and you don't pay them? You owe the organization almost $8 million for service provided. What happened to sponsored money? What happened to gate receipts? These are questions. It's like a trickle effect. Same thing with JFF. Players play games, stadium make some money, but they don't pay the players their appearance fees. And they owe them thousands of dollars. Why? My common sense, and I stand to be corrected. Maybe Dexter can't tell me. If you have a budget in place, you will have line items for not 1 month. You have them for the season. If you approach a sponsor to say, I need 25 million, that 25 portion will cover referee expenses or whatever. Then you have a gauge receipts and maybe you have other things you can sell, concessionaire items and all that. But you cannot owe the persons who are making the product alive and well. You cannot put these persons on the back burner and pay them when you feel like to pay them. The referees made Jamaica Premier League, high school football happen. Without referee, you can't play the game. So I know for heaven's sakes, why is it that the referees are not paid on time? The question is, do organizers that Jamaica Premier League and the money get funding for the referee fees? Who stands responsible for the referee fees? Who's responsible? But it's quite clear that the Jamaica Premier League executive Owen Hill, he's responsible, but he not pay the people in the money. That's a joke. Dexter, I will agree that expense greater than income. That's why they have difficulty. But Dexter, if you're planning for a season, you can't make your expense greater than income. your income has to be matching or even greater, at least 20% in expenses. That's just common sense accounting. 101. It's very unfortunate that the referee has strike for the money. If your income is less than expenses, you got to find a way to bridge the gap for those expenses. Do we have to move the teams, give them part of responsibility of certain things? My thing is this, Dexter, other persons who are watching this program, is that they have to be proper planning. And I said tonight, I sent a message to Dennis Young. Why the JP is owing them money, $8 million? If you go to us, if I ever rain a sponsor, they must call a referee fee. Don't tell me, and if you have administrative staff, you're going to have 20 million for budget and put 25% for administrative staff expenses. So you cover everything. If you can't get a target sponsor, you get associate sponsors. Why is it so hard? Why are we owing people that makes the game alive in Jamaica? Why? And the referees are always the one that are coming to the end of the stick every time. Makes no sense. So I asked, then so I see that them find it. It's almost $8 million within 3 days and pay half the man. Then. Who get the money? Where's that money coming from? You see, there are other questions to ask and to be answered. And these are things that people don't talk about in Jamaica. When you see these poor management of funds or whatever of organization, you have to ask questions. It goes across in sports. You can't have administrator get paid and a man who have been in sports alive and not get paid. It don't make no sense. Everything now is upon a computer. You can run everything. You don't need nothing. You just need to make sure you have a good app. Man, we do the registration online. Teams play. You got to sponsor money. You pay the man who will be an app. Print IDs, pick up. You don't need another person anymore to run the league. Just have to be smart and creative with technology. That's my saying that. Anyway, let me move on because I'm talking about football. I'm chatting the whole night. So I'm going to play a video right now. This is a video by Broker. I'm going to play the 1 minute 30 seconds. And when he comes back, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give my concerns about it. Then I'm going to play another video. This was a hot video from last weekend with the opposition leader when he was on tour. So let's go to the first video with Brograd at our healthcare system in Jamaica.
What I hear people are complaining about as a pain point in this transformation process is that somehow they feel that the health professionals don't care emotionally, empathetically about their patient. I disagree with that point. I understand the emotion, I understand the feelings, especially when cases are brought to the public domain. There are a few of them which have been very emotional, heart-tugging cases, where patients have said they have not received the care. Their loved ones have lost life. I understand that. But we must be careful that we don't allow these exceptional cases to unfairly color, devalue and demotivate the hard work and sacrifice of our healthcare professionals. And at the same time, I implore our healthcare professionals to appreciate and understand that many of our patients who come to you for service, they too have their challenges and problems, and it just takes a little bit more effort, patience and understanding with them. As a leader of the country, my job is not only to pass laws and enforce. Sometimes it is about appealing to our better selves, our higher order emotions, and our real love for Jamaica. That if we all give a little more, a bit more understanding, the pain point in health, the pressure in health can be reduced.
All right. So that was Broker talking about in Jamaica, the emotional standpoint and where some people are disgruntled. And he feels that, there can be more done. We don't want, he's saying that not beat up the health service sector. And, must be understanding. And he's asking the professionals to understand patients, cry, and be more sympathetic. In bottom line, he's talking about compassion care. Yeah, compassion care that all health professionals should apply to their jobs in Jamaica. And that's where the problem is. The nurses, doctors, especially nurses, they don't understand compassion care. They don't understand compassion care. So my thing is this. All they know about is coming, do what they have to do, make some money, go home. They don't want to migrate, come a different country and come work. But the reality, they come up and get some good money, but they damn ass have to perform. Yes, they have to perform. They have to give compassion care. If they not give compassion care here in the United States, they will be out of a job. But now in Jamaica, the Prime Minister have to appease into their better senses to be understanding. You know how many lives over the years have been lost because Jamaican nurses lack compassion care? Don't get it wrong. There are a few who understand that. But the mass majority don't understand about compassion care in health service. They treat patients like I don't want to go to express it, but they treat patients with lack of care, lack of sympathy, lack of love. And it boils on to that's why there are cases that people have lost their loved ones because the nurses and doctors and persons who are there lack compassion care. They don't know how to care for really sick people. They don't understand the emotional, the psychological issues that people go through when they're not well. Look at me. See me going on like more than me not feel when me want to lie down, want to sleep. Imagine someone who's in the hospital, who's really in great psychological and physical discomfort, who needs that compassion care, and a nurse them you can't know with compassion care. God rest my brother's soul, Brother Milton Swavey. I tell you, I went to look for my brother and I got really upset, mad. I saw him in the condition in his underwear. In his last days, he was in his underwear. He had all filth over him, and like the nurses just stand up and watch him. The nurses stand up and watch him. Never. I never did that until I intervened. And I started to get mad. I said, yo, he needs compassion care, fix him up, make him look good. No matter what circle he was under pain, fix him up. They came over, the nurse or whatever, she did fix him up, make him comfortable and all that. But this is what I talk about Jamaica. They don't understand that in we call it all, in taking care of the sick or the elderly, there must be some level of compassion care. So my suggestion or recommendations would be to hire people who deal with compassion care, or hire additional persons like certified nursing assistant, CNA, or any nursing assistant with the RN nurses. Give them more than one person on the floor to work with. And don't tell me say the government and the money. The government, they might find land at Portmore and all, and build a new hospital and all that. But Christopher Tufton, the Minister of Health, has to look at giving out, we should dissect responsibilities in terms of patient care. Because the reality of the situation, patient care is not an easy thing, you know. Patient care is not a job you can walk into and do right away. Part of it is all about the person, human nature of the person. Part of it also the qualification and training that they receive. But trust me, it's not a job that you can just walk in and do right away. So my recommendation is that maybe Tufton, ministers will have to look now at splitting the responsibilities. You know, they have the RN registered nurse who gives the medication, check in on the patient when there's a buzzer. Then you have the CNAs who come in and clean them up, bathe them up, give them that attention when they need to go to the bathroom, assist them. The nurse assistant was there to give some help to CNA if there's an issue, medical or whatever. And then you have the doctors. The doctors come in and do their thing, do their round, check in on the patient. So my thing is that you can have at least 3 to 4 layers of professionals working with a patient. I'm not saying, don't get twisted, I'm not saying 4 professionals working for one, you know, patient. I'm saying that have those 4 in the environment. Arguments say on that ward they have 20 beds, 20 patients, so you have 4 persons who mean it, a couple of doctors, all that doing their thing. Because they must start accept that all human beings who are in hospital need that compassion care, need that special attention, and need also that support from the team, the health professional support to help them through their crisis until they are better, until they can move out of the hospital back to home, back into society where they can be productive. So my thing is this, we got our point, but at the same time, you got to understand that compassion care is what the nurses lack. And my thing with Jamaican civil servants, their first priority is always about money. Only money they're not getting paid for. They're trying to be comparable with New York State, with foreign money they get it. And when they come up for a different thing, if they lose them job. Yeah, enough of them don't work at or 3-4 jobs to make sure they live. So my thing is, the Bogart, yes, you have some points, but at the same point, you have to make sure your Minister of Health put in one of the priority, compassion care from Boston Montreal Services, the Universal Hospital, Conway Hospital, everywhere. And that's how, and to solve that is hiring of more health professionals to the system who can give a patient a real compassion care. That's it for number 1. So I'm going to go to tape number 2. Time of flight 9:19 now. But I tell you, I'm going to play the next one, and this is from where the opposition leader was in Canada recently. But I tell you, he make headlines. Headlines with these comments. So let's play what these comments where he was at Connecticut and he was speaking to comrades and well-wishers about Jamaica's situation and the politics in Jamaica. Listen up.
Have a very difficult task ahead of us. Yeah. But if Jamaica doesn't get a change of government now, I don't know what kind of state we're going to be. You know, because we have a corrupt government and a power-hungry government, and they're supported by the elite, and the media is bought out by them too. So it's not an easy road to trod the road that we are treading, comrades. It is not going to be easy to get them out because you know the news, the things that we put out don't get covered. You know, even today, there's a poll being run right now. It's an independent, I think it was paid for by some business people, a Don Anderson poll. The key metric in any poll is voter intention. Who do you intend to vote for? That's the key metric. Today they published it, on a Saturday, which is the lowest sales of any newspaper day, when it shows that the PNP is 5% ahead. You know, we were at 9 at the end of September, so we have come off a bit. The Labour Party hasn't got any of that. They are where they were. It's the undecided that have grown. In the meantime, they have had their conference, they have had the Spark program, they've had the Reserve Income Tax Credit, which is essentially a $20,000 grant to over 300,000 people. They've just been spending money to try and get themselves back to where they were. And we have been a bit cautious in putting out our ideas because we have found on multiple occasions that they tend to be appropriated by the Labour Party. And then they're so powerful in the media and their communications is so strong, it's very difficult for us to set the narrative to show that we were really the originators of that idea. And so we are trying to time our release so that we don't suffer from that. We have a very difficult task ahead of us, but if Jamaica doesn't get a change of...
Yes, that was the Mark Bowden in Connecticut. Past weekend. You know, some of my brothers say that he's clutching at straws presently with those comments. And it seems like he has thrown in the towel. He has thrown in the towel. Basically, based on those comments, he accused the present party in power as being corrupt. He has accused the media of being biased. He has been buyed out. He has said a lot of negative about Jamaica. And it goes to reflect on his leadership, because this man has clearly lost the plot. He has lost the case of how to inspire and motivate and spread the message of hope and a new beginning in terms of how he's going to manage Jamaica better than the Jamaica Labour Party. He has missed the mark in terms of saying to the people in Connecticut or wherever he goes in New Jersey that, listen, we need to put more progressive agenda for the people of Jamaica and bring something to the table. But what he did in Connecticut on the weekend and say all these negative things about the Jamaica Party has bought out the media, the elite is all supporting them, they're not getting media coverage, it's a corrupt party, they're hungry power, they're spending money, they're giving back credits to the government, to people, they're spending money wildly. That's what he's saying. They're spending money loosely in terms of what they say. Or they might not run with it moment right now. He criticized the Spark program. So my thing is this to the opposition leader: you have failed to even come. You said that, boy, you don't want to put the idea because you're not afraid of my take it away. They can't take away your idea because once again, your idea is your idea. A couple of ministers came out with, taxing again imported goods. One of talks about taxing or giving tax concessions, taxing a portion of the economy to get that money for farmers and education, which don't make no sense. Because right now, the Jamaica revenues and reserve is doing well. The GDP prices the GDP percentage keep dropping. But when you speak when opposition leader can speak so negatively about the present government and what, especially media, it goes to show that his action is very deliberate, and he's hoping to spark some level of anger, maybe some truth in his people, some synergy, so they can give more to the PNP. But it only signals one thing: that he's not going to win, and he's going to have to give up the presidency of the PNP. Because as a leader, it doesn't matter if you're in a potty shop, grocery store, any store, corporate, public, that leader has to know when the storms comes out. You understand me? When the storm comes out, he will have to weather the storm and be that inspiration to continue the fight. And he had not demonstrated that. And Dexter for this little matchup character with the road. Dexter, the road to fix it. Talk to you one. Your road's to fix it. You want to go Walton Park Road? From my street, the road and fix our donkey is right now. Yeah, but you know, my thing is that he has taken the presidency of the PNP to a very low. Very low. And from my perspective, yeah, from my perspective, the PNP needs to start putting up policies that what difference will they make if they are so government. And the drums have been beaten for past years. The media have been beating them for policies and guidelines. And the old person came out, they were Dr. Dawes, who said he's going to make Portmore and be a wellness city and all that. That's the only thing he has come about. I'm not sure about that. But he has to give more explanation how he's going to do a wellness city. Really, next say now. Next say you need to call the MP, man. Talk to the MP for the year, boss. And make him come fix the road. Yeah, man. So my people, the opposition had a long road ahead of him. He has a lot to really present to Jamaican people that he's the best choice to run Jamaica. He's the alternative right now. And you know, he and his team and his anglers will have to sit down and craft policies and craft the messaging. And he has to be that salesman for the party, no matter what. He will have to be the salesman. He will have to be the messenger of hope and inspiration and get the votes out for his party. And also the uncommitted, he has to convince the uncommitted. Because what the Jamaican Labour Party is doing, is that they're getting, listen, one thing that they're similar about Jamaican people, today you're happy with them, tomorrow them can't vote you. It happened so many times. When even the country run bad, when PJ parties them still voting me. So me know Jamaican people, nothing surprising with Jamaican people. I should say nothing surprised me with the electorate. Because no matter what a person does so bad and they have something negative, they're still voting me. Let's talk about America, Donald Trump. We can't talk about PJ Patterson. 14 years he's for prime minister and the country went under high interest rate regime. Over what 4,000 businesses were closed. 4,000 young small businesses and large businesses were closed. Medium-sized businesses were closed. People lost their assets. People committed suicide under PJ Patterson, and the people them still voted for him. So I'm not going to be surprised if the people of Jamaica say them turn against Burgard, because the Jamaica people do not make wise choices. The people look on the color of a man's skin and say, yo, I don't want a white man run my country. I don't want a Syrian or an American run my country. I want a black man, and they use a lot of things to gain traction to win election. At the same time, PJ was the worst prime minister from my perspective in his time. So I read what Mark Golding and his team and anglers will, cabinet shadow ministers will come together and start crafting policies that hit the road running. You can't say you take time, but no, election soon come, and if Burgard smart after the budget presentation, that's called election. That's called election. Because right now it's quite clear the momentum is with this party. I know that you look into to expand, finish up some projects he has started, like the road spark, patchy road patching and all that. He's looking to do that. I think after he had done a lot of those works, well, so Bruce was the worst. Listen, Bruce don't get one term, you know. Them don't get. You know, I can't get. Yeah, you may be right. He was the worst to be right. He can't be worst. Yeah, he did a lot. When he do those things, he created a fiasco which was not needed. But as I say, with that fiasco, he brought on himself. I think he had no choice. I keep saying that. But my thing is that government leader, he needs his anglers and the Prime Minister needs to come out and start campaigning on policies, what the difference they will do. If not, they are waiting for a mistake right now from the Jamaica Labour Party, Brogard, to capitalize on so John Public can turn against Brogard. It's going hard. It's going hard. He has the public locked. His social media has it locked. You know, and he's going out there campaign. Every day he talks to Jamaican people. Every day he brings something new to them. Water, housing, lighting, lighting urban center, urban center, new houses in Burnham Lodge, and all those places. Brogard is on a mission. I didn't say it, I'm going to say it again, and this is my last thing. Yeah, then he's that's easy, you know. One spot, eat some fuel. Hey, you better eat some fuel. Maybe when you was to stone and give you some fumes, boy. I mean, throw some gasoline on it and throw some more matches on it. We give some fumes, boss. But in closing, gentlemen, my brother and sister on Facebook is that the opposition leader needs to come real and come quickly. He needs to come and speak truth to power. He needs to come and give the people alternative policies and ideas where he wants to take Jamaica to. Don't depend on Brogard and the parliament and Mr. Right now, they're in a campaign mode, and that's for sure. So once again, thank you all for joining me for my perspective. Dexter, thank you always for your comments and other viewers. Please join me next week, Wednesday, when I will have another episode of My Perspective. I'm Sean Falcon, your host. Please enjoy the rest of the weekend, Dexter and company, and please be safe. And remember, love yourself first and love your family. Family is everything for me, and it should be for you too, my brothers and sisters. So have a wonderful night. See you all next week, Wednesday, for another episode of My Perspective. My Perspective. Have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Track and field fans, get ready for the ultimate relay showdown in the Big Apple. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays 2025, the high school edition, featuring some big schools from Jamaica: Kingston College, Jamaica College, Calabar, Vere, Hydel, Homewood, and much, much more. Saturday, April the 19th. The place to be is the stadium at Memorial Field, 431 Garden Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, from 8:30 in the morning till 6:30 p.m. Get your tickets now. They're only $25 before February 28th, $40 after, and children under 13 absolutely free. It's the New York Next Gen Invitational Relays, brought to you by the Board of Governors of the Next Generation Event Corp. For more information, call 929-360-7585 or 973-510-3148, or you can email info@nextgen-nyc.com. Take advantage of the early bird special. Get your tickets now. Track and field fans, you definitely don't want to miss this. Saturday, April 19. Don't miss it.